And we are live, and we are live. What's up, YouTube? So this is gonna be a quick video. The reason why I want to make this video is because it's been on my mind lately, and I had some epiphanies based on my own life experiences and my own opinions on how I view this human experience. So I'm gonna get this video over with. I'm about to go shopping in a bit, but so let's get to it. So the title is how this human experience creates separation from your spirit and or source energy. Now, if you're religious or if you have certain beliefs, you could apply this as how this human experience can create separation from God or from love energy, from like the universe, from higher realms. Like, because we all know that like after you die, there's an afterlife, and then you experience different realms in the afterlife, and then some of these realms have like a lot of bliss and love energy, where we come from and stuff like that. So with this video, it doesn't matter about your beliefs or perspectives, so it's an overall video. So let's get to it. Now, the reason why I say how this human experience creates separation, I've noticed, because if you observe everyone's life, I'm not talking about maybe everyone, because I know how everyone's lives are, but I'm noticed there's like a pattern within most people, especially people who are like very spiritual, because how people who are very spiritual, like they have so much knowledge when it comes to spirituality or how corrupt the system is, or they can see through it. I've noticed that they tend to feel very isolated, or they're not around the right types of people who are actually good for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm using my life for example. So with me, obviously I come from a very dysfunctional family, and I don't relate or resonate with all of them, and they're all against me. And a lot of people who are black sheeps of the families, who are scapegoats of the family, they also experience the same thing. And it's all over YouTube. There's proof. And I noticed that all this, like, why is it that we have so much people who feel outcasted, who feel the odd one out, who are like different from all their loved ones and close family members? Now, as human beings, since we have a nervous system, since we have emotions, and since we have a human brain and other shit and organs and shit like that, if we're like, and as human beings, scientifically proven that we're social creatures and we have astrology. So like, if we're not around like-minded people, or if we're around the wrong types of people for us, especially if they're not vibrating at our frequency, or they're not even they don't have similar mindsets as us, then that creates a lot of like trauma, because as human beings, we crave connection. We crave to be around like-minded people and to feel love energy. When we die in afterlife and these other realms, we experience a lot of love energy. People like to call it source energy, people call it God or the universe, etc. Right? So like, it's just crazy how like a lot of people who are spiritual, or people, it's people in general, there's always a pattern within, I see in people's lives, in my life, where like we'll always feel outcasted, or we'll always feel different, and there's a lot of separation within our connections. So I'm not sure if God or the universe, or our spirit or our higher self does that purposely. So, and I'm aware too, the reason, one of the reasons why as human beings we experience a lot of separation, we feel different, we feel outcasted, especially around family members. I get it. So like, spirit or God or the universe could wants us to experience that, so we could experience letting go of our ego and shedding our ego, so we could get closer to our own spirit, so we can know more about ourselves. This is where you get your dark night of the soul, your ego death. I'm not saying it's true, but these are the sources of what I've heard. So, and the reason I mention it is because when I talk about things, I want to mention other perspectives out there, so I won't let you guys think that I'm just saying some bullshit. So, you know what I'm saying? So like, I understand the reason why you experience being different or around non-like-minded people and you feel lonely is because so you can let go of your ego, release a lot of programming, so you can get more closer to God, your higher self, your universe, your spirit, etc. And once you're able to do that, you create a close relationship, because it's gonna be a long video, but because this world and this matrix, obviously there's a lot of separation, because like, obviously from these schools, from the jobs we work at, obviously wastes our energy, wastes our time, so we don't have enough spiritual or esoteric information. And there's theories that like, once we're born in these hospitals, they vaccinate us with these shots, and then we erase our past lives memories, or like, this in general, this whole world, this whole society, it keeps us separated from our spirituality, pretty much. And spirituality is life, from source energy, pretty much. So I feel like the reason why maybe God or the universe or our spirit wants us to experience those things is so like we feel so outcast and different, so we get closer to our higher self and our spirit. And the more we know more about ourselves, the more we're able to share and pass on that knowledge and information towards other people. There's where you get your spiritual teachers from. There's where you get your spiritual YouTubers. And you don't have to have a YouTube. It's like there's where you get your messengers. And some people say this is why certain people are spiritual. They experience a lot of intense shit within their lives. So they can experience it first. And then once they're able to overcome it or have some knowledge about it, then they're able to teach a collective about what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm just my own perspective. I'm just observing shit. I kind of peep that shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is weird how like, why is it that like all my family members are against me and like they don't resonate with me. My throat chakra was acting up. Maybe that was an important message. You know, I don't stutter like that, so that's kind of fucking weird. So that's part of spiritual warfare. So that means I'm probably saying some real shit. But it's weird how like my family members, they don't resonate with me, or like they don't see eye to eye with me, and they feel threatened by me, and they're violent towards me, right? And they're all narcissistic. And so again, it could be spiritual warfare, demonic influence, and other people as well who are also experiencing the same things I'm experiencing. So that can't be a coincidence, right? So why is it that like me, there's other black sheeps of the family, scapegoats of the family, and they damn near have similar life paths as me, right? It's all over YouTube. There's proof. There's facts. I got the receipts. And also there's other people, it's not just specific people that are on my path, but other people as well, but they experience in different ways. So imagine dealing with connections that you're forcefully put into these people's lives. They don't see eye to eye with you, and it's not even about them not agreeing with you. As human beings, we're all creative, we're all unique. So I'm not saying that people have to agree with you. I'm saying people who are not only they don't agree with you, but they're against you. You know what I'm saying? Or they're against your beliefs, or they don't even take time to understand where you're coming from, right? And you feel a lot of negative vibes and energy, right? So this is weird. So not only we're dealing with people who are against us. I want to say against us. That's kind of dramatic and corny. More so like people who don't resonate with us. And also, we're also dealing with a world and society that keeps us away from spirituality, from source energy. Because there's a saying, what some people like to say, when you're working for these jobs or when you're in this society, you kind of have to sell your soul in some way, which is true. This is where you get your sacrifice. Not sacrifice in a good way, but sacrifice in a bad way, where like you're forced to work at a 9-to-5 bullshit job just so you can survive. Because we're not living life, we are surviving. So I mentioned this in my own life. I put on private, but I feel like people who are very spiritual or very more aware, I feel like as us, we're more, I could be wrong, I'm just saying, and I don't want to seem egotistical, but I feel like we're more ahead of our timeline, because in this timeline it's so outdated, everything's so barbaric, and people who are very spiritual or are like vibrating high, I feel like we tend to be at we're ahead of our timeline. That's why. So this is why we just, everything in the system is just shit to us, and we hate it so much with a huge passion, and it's frustrating for us. But yet we're forced to put on a fucking mask whenever we go out in society, and we have to act a certain way, put on a certain programming purposely so we could, I guess, fit in, but more so just not even fitting in. I guess that plays a role depending on your situation, but more so like out of like just tolerating this bullshit ass society that we're forced to participate in. So without a doubt, as spirits who are very spiritually aware, we do waste our time to a certain extent working for these jobs or even participating in the society in general, just so we can make money, have our basic human rights, our basic freedom, like shelter, food, water, clothing, and shit like that, etc. Free access to internet and technology. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got to say. I wish I could go longer because I feel so tapped in. I wish I could go longer, but I don't have enough time because I gotta do some stuff. But I'll continue with this video after I'm done. And I hope this video helps, and have a good one. And the important message is to always think outside the box, always question things, observe your life, don't be paranoid. But at the same time, it's always good to expand your mind, expand your horizons, do your research, investigate, and come up with your own conclusion, whatever makes sense for you. And follow your heart, do the right thing, do what you gotta do, even if you disagree. Like if you're forced to work for a job or you're forced to make money in some way, then just do what you gotta do. Handle your business. I know it sucks, but just do what you gotta do so you can get on your spiritual path. And that's all I gotta say. Have a good one. Peace.